were jumping a little bit out of line. They were getting yippy, you know? They were getting a little bit yippy, a little bit afraid.
Europeans have always been yippy, but they love to tell others to not be yippy and don't be weak. But history shows the opposite. History shows that Europeans have always been the yippiest of them all. Look at the Peasants' Revolt in England, 1381, taxed into starvation. Peasants rose up and demanded fairness. But what happened? The nobles lured their leader, Wat Tyler, to negotiations, then unalived him. Revolt collapsed. Yippee. Or how about the French Revolution? People, they stormed Bastille, toppled a king, declared equality, then came the guillotine. Napoleon's empire and a return to monarchy. They got yippee for a second, then shot back down into obedience. The German Peasants War of 1524. Hundreds of thousands of poor folk rebelled against lords and clergy. Luther himself told the princess to smile, slay, and stab them to death. Over 100,000 slaughtered. Europeans learned every time you get yippy, you get butchered. Even the so-called American founding fathers, yeah, those powdered wig wearing, lice infested heathens, Europeans in exile, they too were yippy. They screamed liberty from Britain, kept slavery, massacred indigenous nations, and shot down rebellions like Shays Rebellion in 1786 through 1787, where veterans that were demanding debt relief crushed by state militia. And let's not forget their constant civil wars. The English Civil War, 30 Years' War, Irish uprisings, millions dead. Europeans weren't conquering savages, they were savaging each other, yipping at the throne till blood filled the streets. Here's the kicker, though. Every time get close to getting yippy, to questioning power, to imitating real civilizations that valued community, they get smashed back into obedience, supporting white supremacy. So today, when Europeans, such as Donald Trump, tells his MAGA base, don't be yippy and don't be weak, remember history. Their whole civilization has been built on violent yippiness, silenced by their own masters. They project that cowardice onto the world because they've never known real liberation. So, yes, Europeans have always been yippy. And it's time for that yippy memory to be restored. So, cope.
People were jumping a little bit out of line. They were getting yippy, you know? They were getting a little bit yippy, a little bit afraid.
Trump snapping at his own supporters who have criticized his administration's handling of the investigation into convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.